Morning, everyone. Welcome to our ceremony today. This is our adult drug court graduation ceremony. And today we have 7 individuals who have completed this program. We have a guest speaker coming up here, a couple of them. Ms. Cassidy Hart with transition. She is a transition agent with Jobs and Hope. And Micah Bailey, who is a treatment court specialist with West Virginia Supreme Court of Appeals. So I don't do a lot of Facebooking, but I did see something that kind of struck me not long ago that I thought would be appropriate to mention to our graduates here. It was a definition of addiction. It said addiction is giving up everything for that one thing. It also had a definition of recovery, which is giving up that one thing to gain everything. So you 7 individuals are well on your way to recovery. You haven't finished yet. It is a lifelong process. I urge you to continue on that road to recovery. And with that, I'd like to introduce our first guest speaker, Ms. Cassidy Hart.
I'm Cassidy Hart. I'm with Jobs and Hope, West Virginia, and Nicholas County is one of the counties that I cover for my program. Just to give you a little bit of background about myself, I grew up in Fayette County, West Virginia, and lived there the majority of my life, minus, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 years that I lived in Virginia. I am also a person in long-term recovery, and I will celebrate 10 years this upcoming January. I say that to tell you guys that, as you know, recovery is possible. You guys are, getting ready to graduate from drug court, and you know that that's a huge step in gaining your life back. I kept thinking, what would I want somebody to tell me if I were getting ready to graduate drug court and, facing all these things that life is going to continue to throw at me on a daily basis. When I was early in recovery, I never had to go through drug court, and it wasn't for lack of trying. I was just lucky and never got caught with the mistakes that I made because, over the course of my addiction, I committed, stealing, different things like, being with my daughter in places I shouldn't have been. I probably could have racked up a child neglect charge at one point in my life. I lied, I stole, I cheated. I did all the things that we do to get that next fix. At one point I used to have lots of things in my car that if I had gotten pulled over, I could have had several felonies if I had, caught bad luck and gotten pulled over and had somebody search my vehicle. So, like I said, by the grace of God, I never got caught, and I'm thankful for that. And I know, a lot of you guys are in here, for some of those reasons, and I feel like drug court is a huge blessing in a lot of ways because some of you may not have found recovery without facing drug court first. So, and thinking about what I would want somebody to tell me early in recovery and, getting ready to graduate a program like this is, what does it take to maintain your recovery? I don't claim to be a master at any of this. I don't claim to know all the answers. I just know what has worked for me and what I have seen work for other people. And the things that stick out in my mind the most are to, no matter what stage in recovery you are at, whether you're a month in or a year in or whatever, always be aware of the people you surround yourself with or allow into your life. It's really easy to have a bad day and then in a series of events make a bad decision that can set you back for years to come. So always be mindful of that. I think when you're serious about recovery, you don't want that stuff around you anymore. You want no part of it because it's just, you know what that led your life to be, and you don't want to be that anymore. So try to be mindful of, like they always say, your people, places, and things. That's a huge, huge thing. Always look to find things that bring you joy because life's hard and life's always going to be hard. Whether you're in recovery or using, life is still going to be hard. You're still going to face those trials that, in active addiction you would say, well, I'm just going to go get high because I can't deal with this. So you've got to look for the little things in life that make you happy. And when you face those trials, when you face those things in life that are trying, use your support systems that are in place. You know, I know a lot of you have peer recovery coaches you have access to, you have therapists, you have the folks at, you know, Day Report. I know they always tell you they're here for you guys, whether you're required to be here or not. Use those resources. Make sure you're talking to somebody before you pick up or think about it. Because I promise, you know, picking up after being in recovery for a while will not get you where you want to be. I think the longer that you're in recovery and the more you come to rebuild your life, the easier it gets to stay away from those things. As you rebuild your life, you're going to realize, like, wow, I've come so far, like, it's not worth going back for. And the longer you maintain your recovery and the longer you focus on bettering yourself, the more of those things you will rebuild throughout your life, to the point where, you know, you'll just say, I've come too far, I have too much to lose. Practice self-care, take care of your mental health. Like, I know mental health for me was a huge thing, and I've realized that, you know, if I'm not addressing my mental health issues, then it spills over to every other aspect of my life, whether it's parenting, whether it's maintaining my job, whether it's just maintaining the everyday stuff that we all have to be responsible for. So make sure you prioritize that and take care of it as best you can. You know, try to surround yourself with people who are also very active in maintaining their own recovery. I know Summersville has some great groups around here. They have great resources, recovery resources. So if you find that you need a new social circle, you know, there's recovery-friendly social circles to be a part of. I think, you know, for you guys, you know, once you leave this program, you're going to have, you know, a little more flexibility in what you're able to do. Sometimes that can be a good thing, sometimes that can be a bad thing. But if you put your priorities on continuing to better your life and better yourself as a person, then you'll be fine. So if you go into it with a mindset of, oh, I don't have to do these drug screens and all this stuff anymore, so I'm going to do this every now and again or do that every now and again, like, don't do that. It never ends well. It never ends well. You know, as they say, if that one is too many and 1,000 is never enough. And I think that goes for any substance across the board. So once we realize we have that part of our brain that, you know, that addictive brain, anything that changes the way you feel can be a problem. So be mindful of that. Like, you know, try to focus on healthy ways to cope with life. Focus on taking care of yourself, prioritizing your family, prioritizing your career. You know, like he mentioned before I came up, recovery is a lifelong process. I'm almost 10 years in, and I still every day have to wake up with the mindset of, no matter what happens today, I'm not going to use. I see people relapse all the time, and some of them only have, you know, a couple of months. I've seen people relapse that have 10, 15, 20 years. It can happen, and it does happen. So you have to be proactive in your recovery every day, no matter how long you have, to keep that from happening. You know, it's a daily commitment to yourself and to, you know, your higher power, God, whatever you choose to believe in, that no matter what happens that day, you're going to get through it. So, as he mentioned, I am with Jobs and Hope, and I have a few of my participants graduating today, which I'm super proud of. My life, I feel like in a lot of ways, has come full circle at this point, because now I'm blessed to be able to work with people in recovery and help provide supports and different things to help them in their journey of rebuilding their lives. No matter what we have done in our past, and no matter how people, you know, people might still look at you like who you were in active addiction. That's not you. It never was you. So the more we focus on our recovery and show our community who we are and what we're about and how we've changed, the more we reduce the stigma associated with addiction. So that's what I would challenge all of you to continue to do, is to be the change. Continue to show your family, your community, your peers what recovery looks like, and help break down some of that stigma so that other people can see it and say, oh, man, if they can do it, I can do it too. Because that's one of the best feelings, is knowing that you've had an impact on somebody else and knowing that your struggles maybe help them get through theirs. It is by far the most rewarding part of coming out of addiction and into recovery and being able to give back and help and show other people the way through. So I'm proud of all of you. You guys have accomplished a huge, huge, huge thing by graduating from drug court. And I wish you nothing but success and continuation and all the happiness in the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hart. Our next speaker will be Micah Bailey, treatment court specialist from the West Virginia Supreme Court of Appeals.
Thank you. I'd like to first thank the treatment team, Judge Callahan, and Officer Cook for inviting me to speak today. A little bit about myself. My name is Micah Bailey. I was the adult drug court officer in Raleigh County for several years. I did Veterans Treatment Court there also. And I've learned a tremendous amount about substance use disorder, about addiction, and about how to help people from Sherry Cook. She was doing this before I was, and she helped me learn a lot. So I'm happy to be here today, happy to talk to you guys now. My job's a little different. I travel all over the state, and I go to different drug courts, different treatment courts, and I see how treatment courts help people, whether it's drug court, family treatment court, juvenile drug court. It helps folks. And the one thing my clients would always tell me is that substance use disorder can make you feel alone, make you feel by yourself. There's nobody else that understands you. But I want to tell you, you're not. You're not alone. There's people all over this state that are working hard just like you to get through these programs and to get your lives back. And if you look out here, see a lot of family, a lot of friends, a lot of people who care. So remember, you're not alone. This your work, the hard work you've put into to get where you are, it affects all these people in a positive way. So I know drug court's not easy, and it's not something you just sign up for and go through the motions. But you guys have worked really, really hard, and there's a lot of people that appreciate that. Like I said, your family and friends appreciate it. The judge appreciates it. The treatment team appreciates it. I appreciate it. And you guys should appreciate it too. You've worked really, really hard. You've made a lot of changes, and you're battling something that people all over this country are battling. But the difference is you're getting up and battling it every day. So I just want, on behalf of the Supreme Court, I want to say congratulations to you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bailey. Next, we'll have the introduction of our team members and our actual graduation ceremony, and that will be presented by Judge Steve Callahan.
Good morning, everybody. I will be brief. First, I want to thank the drug court team members, congratulate the graduates for today. I'm very blessed to have a very dedicated staff and a very dedicated drug court treatment team. The treatment team and my staff are the backbone of what makes all this run. And like I say, we're very blessed to have a great team here, and I'll introduce some of the members here. Dave Sales, he is the Chief Probation Officer. He's on the drug court team. Kim Westfall, seated next to him. Sherry Cook, seated there. Back row we have Joe Moscow. He's with the Public Defender's Office. Behind him we have Danny White. Some of these team members, like if they're on my staff, they have to be here. They have to be on the team. And some of these team members, they're complete volunteers. Trooper White, he doesn't have to be here, but he is here every week. And because he's dedicated and he is interested in helping this community and helping these treatment teams survive and work. So I want to thank him simply because he is a volunteer. Chris Frost is seated right next to him. He is the circuit court law clerk. Next to him is Raven Adeline. She is a probation officer. Next to her is Jaron Moreland. He's also a probation officer. We have Megan Griffith on the back row, Jana Burge, and we have Judge Harley Stallings seated right there. And Judge Stallings, He is the Nicholas County Family Court Judge. He's another one, doesn't have to be here, but he is here every week because he understands that these programs are important to the community. They make a difference in the community. So I want to thank specifically Judge Stallings for being here today and for being here every week on this treatment team. So, we have some graduates today. It's my job to introduce them all, and I'm glad to do that. We have our secretary. Okay, our first graduate to introduce. She's done very well in the program. She's always been all smiles, and I'm really proud of her. Her name is Sandra Copeland.
And Sandra, I just want you to know that I'm glad we got an opportunity to get to know that wonderful person you are. You know, you have grown and you've had some personal accomplishments and you have goals. And there's not going to be anything to stand in your way to accomplish that.
I thank you. And I want to thank, especially thank the gentleman that helped me begin this with the hearing. Because after that, when I couldn't hear, I was confused. I mean, I've been so confused. And then you all helped me here, and I greatly appreciate that. And I love all of y'all.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, our next graduate has also done very well. She's also all smile, been very diligent in everything she's done. Her name is Angela Foster.
Thank you for the opportunity to do the drug court.
You have a heart of gold. And you have done a lot in your personal life. And you too, there's nothing going to stand in your way. You will shine and you let that reflect on that.
I'm grateful for the program.
Okay. Our next graduate I'm very proud of. He's been positive from the beginning. He's changed his life completely. He's got a great job. He's drug-free, and he is stable. You've done a great job. He's always been all smiles. And his name is Roger Gray.
Roger, you're a live wire. Been on it from the start, like you're ambitious, you're energetic.
I got two of here.
You don't stop.
I got two to
I'm so proud of him.
worry about. The drug's not worth it. I mean, I slipped and I fell and I got myself up. Now I've got so much more. And those, like, it shouldn't be for anybody. I mean, family's important, but when it comes to young ones, those are the most important things in life. And that's what it should be about, your kids.
Congratulations.
Heather.
Come on, baby.
Our next graduate is Heather Hamrick. We've come a long way with Heather.
So I was trying to find all the words that could like fit in, you know, and all of Carrie, you've educated me on just different things, the resources we have, like you've had your obstacles, but you have overcome and you have the faith and like as long as you put yourself first and take care of yourself, I mean, you're just going to keep doing wonderful things. I'm proud of you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, team, for everything, for not giving up on me and everything that y'all done. All you guys, awesome. Look at this. Look at this.
We often say in adult drug court that we have ups and we have downs. Our next graduate certainly gave us some of the downs. He already knows who he is. But we're all smiles today because he came through it. We stuck with him, he stuck with us, and he has done very well. Very proud of him for getting a CDL. He's employed, he has a CDL, he got married, his life is back together. So this is a great success story, first of all for him, second of all for this program. So Derek, man, congratulations.
I will say, on top of what the judges already said, that like you are encouraging to everybody else. Like you were stuck and you picked yourself up and you moved on. You found what you wanted in life and you went after it. It was like constant. I'm getting this CDL, this and this and this. You know what I'm saying? Like you have a long ways to go. Like more goals to accomplish. So I'm very proud of you. But you also give us encouragement to not give up and you keep working with you.
There's Jesus to pick me up. That's it. Yeah.
We had two that they graduated during the COVID with other drug courts. One was from Mercer County, one from Kanawha County. And because of all the restrictions, we just wanted to make sure that, we acknowledge that. We recognize the programs that you guys went through just as well, that you were right here, so.
And in fairness to Derek, he wasn't the only one that gave us a couple of days. I'm glad to see Dakota here today, and we're glad to have him part of our ceremony. So Dakota, Adri, congratulations.
Don't give up on yourself. You've come full circle with us. From being at the Day Report Center as a participant down there to now working with Compass Counseling and giving back. So I'm very proud of you.
Only way to keep us to give it away.
That's right.
Next graduate was also a transfer to Kanawha County. I'm going to say that we had hoped to have Judge Jennifer Bailey here. She was unable to make it. She is the drug court supervisor in Kanawha County. And for our next graduate, Caitlin Rose, she is here. And I just wanted to mention to you, Caitlin, that when I was at Judges Conference a couple months ago, I had a conversation with Judge Bailey, and she has nothing but good things to say about you. She said you're one of the best participants they've ever had, and you're one of their success stories. So congratulations.
And you. You are beautiful inside and out.
Thank you.
And I know that baby will be too. Keep pushing, okay?
I want to thank the drug court team for being so hard on me. For you guys believing in me when I couldn't believe in myself. I really owe it all to God. I owe it to you guys, to God, and to my family, and I'm just very blessed.
They worked very hard. We have evidence-based classes. We had counseling. We have, they've all paid your restitution. This is a new start for you. Some of you've got your driver's license back. Just keep moving forward. Just don't let it take you back down. You've got too much to live for, and we let it pass.
We appreciate everything.
Okay, congratulate the graduates again, and thank the drug court treatment team again. Thank everybody for being here. We do have food down at the DRC, so everybody feel free to join us. We can stay here in the courtroom for a few minutes and get some pictures and some hugs. So with that, thank you for being here, and we are adjourned.
Hello, my name is Lindsay Brady. I'm the Assistant Director of the Nicholas County Day Reporting Center. I just wanted to let you guys know, if you know someone who is struggling with substance abuse, please reach out to us. We can help. My number is 304-872-9645, or you can call my personal cell at 304-651-2909. Thank you.